Mike, if someone becomes a registered sex offender in the state of California, what are the requirements of registering that go along with that?
Well, if they have to register under the code, they have to register every year on their birthday or whenever they move to a new location. They have to set up an appointment at the local police agency or sheriff's department, and there's only a set time when these folks can go down there and do that. They have to get the information input to the computer, and then the local agencies will forward that information to the Department of Justice in Sacramento.
So it's basically once a year on their birthday, and then every time they move their residence?
That's correct. And the anomaly is lots of times we'll have clients who, due to unfortunate circumstances, find themselves without a permanent residence. You know, their lack of a better word, they're homeless or they're transitory in nature. The rules for registration for them differ slightly in that every 10 days, if they have moved from one location to another, they have to go into local law enforcement and advise them.
Now, let's say somebody fails to register, and obviously that's a big crime under Penal Code Section 290, failure to register as a sex offender. If somebody fails to abide by these requirements, what is the consequence?
Well, the consequences could be a felony filing against them if they're off probation. If they're on probation, it could be a violation of the terms of probation. Undoubtedly, it would be a violation of the terms of their probation, and they could be sent to state prison or county jail. If they just failed to register when they're off probation, the district attorney has the option of filing it as either a misdemeanor or a felony, and likely they'll file as a felony. That's been my experience. And the person could be subject to going up to 3 years in state prison on a willful violation of registration.
Now, I hear from people from time to time, they call and they say, well, I got charged with failing to register and I just forgot. I mean, it had been a year since I had to register last, and I had lots of things going on in my life, and I just forgot to do it. Is that a defense for getting to register?
It really isn't. It's sort of like, and I tell clients all the time, it's strict liability. You know, it's a matter, if you didn't do something, you're held strictly liable. Now, we found personally, our experience, at least in San Bernardino County, is if a person has been registering, for example, for years, and I had a case recently that we concluded where the person had registered for years, moved, and simply decided he no longer wanted to register. Like, he felt like he hadn't done anything wrong in like 15 years. He didn't feel like doing it. Ultimately, it was found out he hadn't registered for about a year and a half. DA's office filed felony charges. We were able to resolve that case instead of him going to state prison for credit time served in county jail when we took over the case. So there are some ways, while I say it's strict liability, there are some ways to mitigate it.